Alright, recording has started. I love the raw camera angles. You just moved it over, by the way.
I'm back.
That is perfect. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. I'm Secret Agent Redstone.
I'm Andrew.
Kiss from the lover.
Katie's Monkey.
And today's subject, when we have formulated opinions, that stuff, is...
And this is, we came up with this last night, in all honesty. We were at a local place I don't visit very often. Last time I went there was when Redstone was in town.
Well, let's not look at the camera, we're talking.
But I know it's called Laser Mania, and they added some stuff.
Some cool new things, some retro, Our first subject here, we're going to talk about, it's a wide, huge subject still going on today, even though it's not that new, VR. Now, I never experienced VR until, last night.
I'm in the same boat as you.
I had the opinion that it was going to suck, the headset was going to be really heavy. Unfortunately for me, I had that mindset of, this isn't gonna be good. I tried it out. Well, I liked it. And there's a few things that get rid of the immersion. One of them being
the wire.
That
they used at Laser Mania, because I guess there's somewhere the wire isn't as bad.
Well, the wire, when you have it for your personal use, goes down your back. But that's the old ones. They've got new ones out that they just kind of developed as wireless.
Yeah, they're basically all wireless Bluetooth connections, either through a smart device, a console, PC, or a lot of people use their smartphones.
We'll get to that later.
Well, VR isn't even that new technology. It's new for consumers, because
VR's been around for a long time, and believe it or not, I'm very interested in retro video games.
Give us a little bit of history.
So I was just looking up on the history of VR. And virtual reality was supposed to be a thing, probably like in the mid '80s, is what I remember. A lot of computers were supposedly capable, but the thing was, the technology was too new.
that's right.
The amount of parts that they needed to use to construct and build it was just not consumer friendly. I mean, the only thing that close that we had was probably back. Which, have you ever heard of 3D glasses?
Oh yeah.
3D glasses, the Sega Master System, the Vectrex, and heck, even the Nintendo Entertainment System had games where they would either let you use 3D glasses, or you used your specially built ones for CRTs, and you get those 3D games. They supposedly call it virtual reality, is because they wanted to combine both the 3D space with having you using parabolic vision by shimmering the picture left and right in 1,000 times speed to give it that 3D feel. Same thing goes with how the 3DS works. That's why they kind of got rid of that glasses being entirely and said, you know what, we made an auto-generated screen that does the same thing.
Well,
But if you guys are talking about the headset that you got here, I think the one that I've seen, the Atari Jaguar, a console that was made by Atari, they were originally going to do a headset where you could play games with an early form of gyroscope meet a controller. But unfortunately, that never came out. The Jaguar failed, and of course, at the time, it was expensive. Virtual Boy by Nintendo.
That travesty of a Nintendo device.
The thing was that system was just not ready to be released. Gunpei Yokoi himself literally told that he didn't think the product was ready. It was by 1993, I think, is what they said they were starting to make for it, and it wasn't until 1995 when they released it. But they wanted to wait till the crystal display that they used for the actual thing to be cheaper, rather than going for just black and white, like the Game Boy. But instead, they went with red. And they chose red because they thought, oh, well, it would give that vector-like look when you look into the goggles. Personally, I never played the Virtual Boy. I've had friends they have. They say the thing really hurt your eyes.
I tried the screen. No.
Like, I was playing Mario Tennis on it.
We didn't really play anything on it. They did have a demo one time when they released it that my dad went to. And we were there, and it's just like, it hurts your eyes.
And heck, even on the box, it said that no kid under 6 can play it, and you have to at least have a break within 30 minutes of play, or you're gonna have eye strain. And you know what's funny is I wondered how they got away with thinking that that was okay to shine red, black LEDs directly in your eyes with mirrors, but then again, that's not the VR headset that you're talking about. But then again, builds onto that. The first time I think they ever really did VR was really back. I remember the Samsung gear. But that one was more targeted towards smartphones. I'm trying to think of what else is. But basically, the thing was that VR kind of was around, but the technology we have now is kind of went out. Besides the light gun technology, besides looking at a 3D image.
Well, and I remember in the 90s, we were in Vegas. I think it was at the MGM, and they had VR systems down there.
That's what I mean. It's like there was some stuff that
it was more arcade. It was a consumer. It was more arcade. It was designed for arcade.
Like there was a lot of Sega.
The first time I ever saw VR, besides those red stupid goggles from Nintendo, was in an arcade at a theater.
Yeah.
A big old bucket.
Hey, Jimmy, why do you have a bucket on you?
It was like a bubble. You literally moved around like this to use. I think it was a tank VR too.
Oh, wait a minute. There was a game called Battlezone by Atari that kind of did the same thing, where you had to look between a visor and you had to use the joystick to move these 3D vector-looking tanks on the playfield.
Never used the visor. We did have the joystick though.
Okay. Yeah, but that was.
I know what you're talking about because I played it. That thing's hard.
Oh yeah, my 2600 version. And you know what? If I don't know if this is off topic, but if anyone hasn't seen the Atari 2600 version of the game, look it up. It's quite mind blowing that they were able to make that kind of game work on a machine like that.
That is true. What?
When I had my first experience with VR, going back to the arcade.
Oh, the arcade.
I was playing. You all know this game called Job Simulator. It's all over YouTube. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
And I was on there. And speaking of the line, I had to go like this, like he's up, right? I had to go like this. I couldn't purchase like down there on the bottom. I'm playing the store clerk, okay, and I'm sitting there just going, I can't.
Then she keeps tossing wieners over the counter.
Well, you said she scratched off the lottery ticket.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I don't know if she knows how a lottery ticket works, but if you purchase a lottery ticket, you're supposed to bring the cash up first, then give them the ticket, and they'll scratch off to see if they win. What she did is she got the lottery ticket, the guy granted her money, and what she did was she took the quarter, scratched it on, and it just said, "Oh, it's like, oh, sorry, you lost. Here's your
It helped me to do that.
Well, whoever designed that game, you don't know what a lottery ticket is. I lived in Vegas for 12 years, dang it.
I know
What's next? Are you going to try to say, hey, that roulette game? Oh, yeah, place your bet. Oh, like you spin the ball already, and you take the money, throw it into there, and go, oh, sorry, you lost, I'll take it.
I put down the thing.
Her score was an absolute right. Okay, so
And why is there COT monitors running around? What is this, the 90s?
It was so good.
my experience with VR, and me and Don, we're going to go back and forth on our experiences with the VR headset. I did the game Dino 2332, was it?
Yeah.
And, Dinosaur Hunter. And if anybody's
Not
ever
Turok.
Not Turok. We're not talking Turok. It's more like, what's that game where you actually have certain guns and there's certain points to kill the dinosaur? Except the dinosaurs are really doing this.
I know there was a Jurassic Park game that was
Was it called Jurassic the Hunted?
I can't remember.
No, I don't remember. But anyway, it's kind of off subject there.
What about Turok the arcade game? No, not Turok the arcade game. Jurassic Park the
There
arcade
was a couple
game.
of Jurassic Park.
There was a
games.
couple of Jurassic Parks.
By Sega.
The first wave had me defending myself against steel devices. I could not, for the life of me, at the start of it.
Oh, I swear, I was trying to tell you. Reach over your shoulder.
I
Reach
can't
over
hear.
your shoulder.
That's another thing. It was so immersive. You can't hear the person outside you.
I heard him.
But here's what happened.
Rivals Doritos. What is this?
It was wave 3, wasn't it? Wave 3. I'm sitting there.
Oh, why are you leaving the hot dog on the roller? You're cooking it. You're cooking it.
So I go through wave. I go through wave 1 and 2, just kind of fumbling around with my knife because I can't do anything. Finally, raptors just start coming back. Wait a second. I missed a couple of times, and then finally a raptor tries to sneak up behind me. I'm like, what was that? I turn around. Flick. Oh no, you don't. Right in the mouth. That's what you get.
Hey, eat arrows after dinner.
I just to ask y'all my reactions were I'm very verbal when it comes to certain games, and that I had to be verbal.
Oh. There's Cable.
And then Dallin's video game was what?
Was it Shield Saber or something like that? I
It
can't
might have
remember.
been something. I don't know what the game is called, but you have 2 sabers,
You can switch
One.
between Shield and Saber with the buttons.
and then go on what you were thinking in your head because you were very quiet while playing.
That's the thing. It depends on the game. There's some games where I keep my thoughts to myself, and there's other games where I get verbal. Redstone knows this. He's played video games with me enough that he understands that I'll get verbal with some games, and there's some games where I'll just kind of keep my thoughts to myself. It was fun. It was exciting. I could hear you say something every once in a while. It was very immersive. I just wish they didn't use the setup the way they used it, because whenever I'd go to swing, I'd hit the line.
Whenever he got into it, I seriously was like Dallin the floor.
Hey, I didn't even say anything. That was a snag.
See, my problem was I'm too tall for that set.
Oh!
The cord literally kept dripping over my shoulder, and I was fearing of being hung.
You know what? That would have been the worst case scenario. In Lasermania, we have a bit of a sad story. Mr. Scott here was trying to kill a rapper, and he didn't realize that the cable went on his neck, and a bunch of kids were screaming in horror. It's like, Mommy, that's not virtual reality. That's a real person. Ah! That's like, can I physically touch this person? Is he alive? Hello in there!
Okay, you're gonna kill him.
I'm done here.
But our opinions, yay or nay, VR, good thing, bad thing. My opinion is, it's awesome, immersive. It needs to get a little bit more up there. The headset itself is a little clumsy. And honestly, I like the new headset they came out with, where the sensors actually go further, so you have a bigger play area. That's another thing. Yes, the bars are, the whole grid is a good thing. However, that ruins the immersion. And then there's the eye fog afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I had eye fog right after I got the,
For me, it's a yay. I don't have the iPhone you did, but I'm wondering if it's partially because I wear glasses. I'm not sure why.
Did you wear glasses while in the... Oh, okay.
So like,
Well, that was interesting.
For me, well, you guys, go ahead.
This time I'm gonna finish up. Sorry.
No, I just did.
The way they had it set up, I just wish they didn't have the cable hanging. It's a yay. I loved it. It was fun. I just wish they didn't have the cable hanging like they did. Where
I agree.
when I would go slash every once in a while, I got my arm got snagged, and at one point I thought I actually broke it. I couldn't see anything.
The guy
It went white. It went white on me.
Okay, I hate, the reason why I don't like the cord and that setup. The guy before you literally swung hard enough, the headset yanked off of him. And it nearly hit the ground. The headset, it was good enough to catch it, but that setup was a no. The cord
It
setup,
was
the
not very
cord,
good when I went to the store for
I hate to say it, but I do not want to do the cord on it. If I ever get a VR headset, it's going to be wireless.
Scott. I don't like it. I didn't like it how they had the cord either. Because I was sitting there literally just going, I can't reach the fridge. And I had to reach for the hot dogs too, were apparently frozen.
Who freezes
Another
their hot dogs? What is this, McDonald's? Oh wait, they don't do hot dogs. And the A's did it.
For some reason, some of the games they had Laser Mania didn't want to work. The game I wanted to play did not want to work for some reason.
The headset I tried to use first, also I'll be posting the videos up of me and Alan on my channel.
Mine's getting posted soon. It's taking a while. Sorry, guys.
And it's basically, we both had problems with the headset working. We both had problems with the games working. My problem was when we first got in there, got the headset, either the controllers weren't sensing sensors was another problem I had. With the bow and arrow, it was working fine until the 5th round.
I didn't have any problem with the sensors.
Well, you weren't going over your head.
True.
And
That
that,
might be the setup.
it was the setup, and I think the sensors aren't that sensitive. I think they need to be a little bit more sensitive. The sensor boxes need to be a little bit more sensitive. Because if you're doing this the whole time and they lose track, the trackers basically, lose track of that remote, you're SOL. Alright, Andrew.
Okay, so personally, I never really played any of the gear that you guys were playing at the arcade. I was stuck with retro stuff. But I do have a bit of voice and opinion about VR. Now, I have played a bunch of different parts of VR. I did mobile VR. It's okay, depending on what it is. Not all activities on it are really nice. There's some that are like, oh, okay, that's actually kind of cool. Like watching YouTube in VR, I see the novelty of it. Because, of course, your phone's gyro sensor, with its simple head tracking, works good.
I hate to interrupt you on that opinion there, but this is my opinion. I have never touched it. Why? Why would I want to plug it in and waste my phone battery when my phone could be used for
Well, there's some VR headsets that actually can plug in and recharge your phone.
Oh, okay.
You could buy the
We
battery.
actually have a phone VR headset, and for stuff like roller coaster based VR stuff, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just super simple. For games, it's a no-go. I tried playing games with VR, and trust me, I get sick when I play mobile VR games. Like trying to play a racing game, I don't want to be turning my head to steer a car!
Well, and
You guys car like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. There's no actual controller to use. You expect you to use your head. So I'm like, no.
and
Now-
I'll counter you with that. I've played the VR Destruction Derby, and I thoroughly enjoyed that with the VR stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the fact is that you kind of lose that immersion that, you know, if you got a separate controller with it, then I could sort of see the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Nintendo's trying to do it with the Switch,
Yeah.
with using the Joy-Con thing. And actually, honestly, I would say that's probably better than the Wii technology. I mean, but it's still flawed. I don't think it's perfect yet. But anyways, that's a whole different topic right now. But yeah, mobile games on there. Like I
I
said,
want to say it depends on the game.
yeah, it depends on the game for me. Yeah. Now, console, I have played a PlayStation 4 VR. I had a friend that had 2 games. He had Last Guardian VR and Doom. No, 3. He had Doom VR, Last Guardian VR, and Resident Evil Biohazard with VR.
That must have been fun.
Okay, so I did like the idea that you were pretty much thrown into the situation, and having the VR headset, I thought the thing was going to be a little clunky. Honestly, it was pretty light. I did like how, you know, it actually fits on your hand nice. The foam padding they used to strap it
That was
is
my
very
opinion,
comfortable.
too.
That was very comfortable. My only flaw with the machine, though, is that there's not enough area to cover your eyes. Like, I guess they probably
Oh,
did
the
it.
light down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my problem is I guess they wanted to do it just so your eyes don't get super strained looking at a screen, because trust me, in my eyes, I get super strainy eyes when I look at a screen directly, like if it's right in front of me. It will give me a headache. UHD TVs give me that headache.
And all I'm going to say is it's different from person to person. Playing what I play, my eyes didn't strain.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's very hard, but that's what I mean. I'm just saying for my personal
Yeah,
opinion, that kind of strains my eyes. But it's kind of like 3DA. I'm on my 3DS. I don't play my 3DS for a full hour with 3D. It hurts my eyes. It's just I'd rather just turn that thing off. Luckily, you can do that. To play Resident Evil on that VR headset is kind of weird. If you're used to dual analog sticks for, like, say, a first-person game, and which Resident Evil, that's their first ever first-person game, and I'm actually quite shocked how really well it is. Most of the game is pretty good. There is some flaws, but again, I think it's a really good step up for the series. VR did enhance it in terms of the fear, and trust me, oh good lord, having that sense of a thing just going to be jumping right directly at your face. Like at a TV screen, you could get
You're
your
constantly on edge, right?
But no, when you have a headset on, you're always going to see what's going to happen. You can't just turn your head. Nope, it's right there.
You're constantly
Now,
on edge
so-
waiting for the next jump.
Now, here's something I would think I would love to see for VR. Granted, you two may counter argue with me, but I'd love to see an RPG style VR.
Now, if it was like a game that utilized a first-person perspective of RPG elements, then I can understand.
Well, that'd be
Like,
awesome.
I don't want to stand and watch, like, if it's like a Final Fantasy style, I don't want to be sitting 10 minutes with a VR headset on with just looking behind perspective. Now, if you're talking about, like,
I'd love to, like I said, they're remaking Final Fantasy VII.
yeah,
I'd love to see it in VR, kind of from the cloud's own perspective.
that's what I mean. That would have been cool if it was
First-person
That's
cloud.
what I mean, first-person perspective. I think that's where they could have
First person cloud.
You
Or
were
heck,
saying
if any, oh yeah, on Resident Evil on VR. So, the only thing I kind of find weird is that if you're used to just using both analog sticks for FPS, you actually have to eliminate with the right stick. You move with the left stick, and you actually use your head to move your direction. Now, this is great if you have a big setup, but the setup that they had was kind of a little cramped, and of course, the PlayStation 4 headset is wired. So you gotta make sure that sucker is not, you either be in the office chair, to where you can actually rotate around. So you know
like this?
Yeah, like that. But if you're on a chair, you're gonna come across a problem where you have to literally, no joke, get off the chair and actually, turn yourself around. Because there's a little bit of weirdness to it. Because I wonder if they could just, make you just turn your head and then it would automatically pan the camera, and it would keep going. And of course, there's a button to recalibrate if you need to. But in terms of actually moving your body, whatever you're looking at is what
It's a great concept. The cord
they need to make it a little bit of wireless. It's expensive. I've seen headsets before.
I know. Wireless versions.
No, that's the
Oh, really? That's the wire?
So you want to
And that's not happening.
Hold
You have to get
on.
words.
We're gonna move on to the next subject in a second. But they gotta watching this for watching this. All right, guys, for watching this far. Our next subject will be announced soon. If you want to watch a few other games, her perspective on things, go to Kessa Mail Lover.
Yes, I have a vlog, but we're probably soon. It's at like 45 right now.
Yeah, she's working on stuff. All right. On to the next subject. The arcade cabinet. Making a comeback.
Oh man.
And I just thought I had to leave my mind. I'd love to see this many.
Guys, if you're local here, St. George, go to Laser Mania. Far better arcade experience than will ever be. That's right. I'm calling you. Anyway.
There's one that had my mind, and I forgot about. But I'd love to see a Tron cabinet.
That would be expensive.
I know.
Wait.
Because I was talking to the arcade owners there now. The thing is, anything with vector-based graphics, getting those monitors fixed would cost an arm and a cabinet. They had an asteroids cabinet, and God forbid, they had that whole
How's it going?
podcast.
Hi,
Did you ever headset?
Laser Mania.
No.
Oh my gosh! VR headset.
Yeah, they've got
$6 all you can play, credit card or whatever you're playing. But anyway.
Good angle.
Anyway, back on topic. Is that Yeah, the vector model is for one, you have yes. They have my centipede. Fire button.
Well, there's two of course. There's a game. Love. Is it Emily wants to play too?
Yeah. Oh my god. Because it's a horde.
Emily
wants to play.
The first one is about like dolls that you have to.
Second one's the same thing.
Is it VR?
That is.
The second one is
That achievement 100 play. You got that same chord situation. You got a bigger setup, same chord situation. Jeff nearly destroyed because he gets so scared. He flips off the headset. Rose the controllers.
Back to the.
I want to do that. If I spend $600 on a headset.
Back to arcade cat.
Yes. But anyway, that's about them.
I didn't know that from arcade cat.
It did. There's three of them. Tron did the disc. Tron. Hyperbike one did
Well, I think I read that. The arcade cat had like 3 games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I had 3 arcade games.
For those of you watching, this is a very first time we've done live podcast. We are at Gallen's home, which is the reason why we have Josh went back and forth here, joining us out of randomness.
And when we start posting, when Velocity comes out, that's probably
We'll say that for
But anyway, so I've been a long time fan of Laser, like ever since I've been experiencing those two arcade games. Yes. So the thing is, there's Fiesta Fun and Laser Mania. Fiesta Fun. They were pretty nice casual place to go. They have a cool bowling alley. I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm not trying to say they're terrible.
I actually remember.
The thing though I wasn't very impressed with was their arcade selection. They used to have so much selection when last time I was there.
Well, this is like before the Saturday you showed me that retro arcade. It seemed like Fiesta has been about as same social media. The retro arcade. We need so many more.
But no, I'm talking about a lot of newer ones. A lot of them don't really seem really like. The only one I would say that I would go over there. Time Crisis 4, or it would have been of course the Pac-Man machine, and then Star Wars. That's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much ticket games. I don't really. Yeah, and not only guys, they have a repair shop. Good friends. He fixed those cabinets, all those original artwork, laminate them all in good shape. Repair the that's fair. And they even they had Rampage earlier. MTE had Burger Time, Joust. Time Crisis 2.
Which me and Scott
Second 3. I kicked this guy ass.
Anyway,
Yeah, she destroyed me at Samurai Showdown.
Twice.
I
And
hope
I
centipede for how long?
Probably a couple of minutes.
A couple of minutes.
He got it.
I was talking this for once.
Sorry, buddy. Here we go. You're in the arcade.
All three slots.
Really.
All three slots.
Amanda has an arcade.
He kept on the he's like, okay, he's trying to make big enough. Nobody else.
Yeah, guess what I did. Ooh yeah.
Hello, come back. This is awesome. Playing as kids, we all went to the arcade. All played arcade. I'm glad to make it.
And not only that,
Suggestion that I thought it was another good suggestion. He said that he struggled. I remember
Dollar theater.
Dollar theater.
I would love to see that one up.
Yeah, that would be. I would love to see that say X-Men.
Here's the thing. It teaches kids age what we love.
And not only that, but for me, because I'm only 25 recording. The thing was that I grew up with family had a system. And not only that, but I had a back where I used to live. They had a laundromat. Arcade cabinet. They had Marvel Super. They had Centipede. They had Street Fighter. I got to witness at a younger age. And not only that, it's just the fact is that they're trying to keep this thing. And there's many other ways to play games, but there's nothing like going to an arcade, playing with a bunch of friends.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but this will go into our last subject here. The very first game system we started here. Very first game. PlayStation. We started off PlayStation. For me, it was the Atari. Dad had an Atari. Me and my brother played. He said he was the worst thing ever because he watched his TV. We won't get into that. Now, what was yours?
The best.
The original Nintendo.
The original Nintendo. Catch up. Oh, that's right. You played the
I played Battle Chess.
Oh my God!
I played it with their brother.
Just what I want to do. Play a bunch of chess for you. How about that? People that give their head.
You want chess? They probably got the wizard chess from Battle.
Oh yeah.
I still want to play that game.
That's
Andrew. What was your very first?
As a top loader system, it was supposed to be originally.
So that's we had slided in.
Yeah, you slide it in.
I had that.
Yeah, she's talking about there. But that one's supposed to have pictures.
It was trying horrible trying.
But what is cool though is if you don't any
Moving on. I know. We are short on time here. So moving on. Andrew.
Okay, so this might be an odd view, but my first system was a Master System.
All right, explain the Master.
Okay, so I had a dad that used to game me into gaming. He had an original grown up when I was born. The earliest I can remember, age 3. He brought home a box from the box that we went to, and
he said, "Oh, I bought a Sega, son." And guess what? It was the Sega Master System. I played a lot of shooting games on it, tennis game, which I liked it at the time, but playing it now, it's like, oh.
Now, most of us know what the Master System is. Describe the difference between Genesis
and the Sega
and
Master
the Sega
Okay,
Master.
so the Master System was originally called the Sega Mark III in 1994. It was supposed to compete with the Famicom, which was called Nintendo in Japan. When they brought it here in the States, they actually had toys on the system.
Really?
Yeah, because they were toy. In America, dude, it was hard to sell video games without buying a toy. So they called it the Master System as a reference to the higher league. Know your master. That's kind of where they got the idea. And it was their 8-bit system that was trying to come from 1986 and 1991. It didn't do well. A lot of people played it. Either say they loved it. Fantasy Star, arcade games. Not a lot of third-party support. If it weren't for the Nintendo, the Master System would have.
Just smell it. Smells like honeydew, doesn't it?
Oh!
We told you, it's like honeydew!
Oh, we didn't go this again! I made that twice!
I know.
Okay, so basically, you're going to be experiencing some that surprisingly is very fun. If anyone has
The 24, I guess.
Yeah, it was an 8-bit, better colors, and it actually had two ways of game. Taking a card slot and a card slot. You did this.
I did not know.
Yeah, card slot was meant for pleasure releases. Companies want to make a game smaller, having to spend high cartridges. Unfortunately, there was only 6 games that were released. And then that card slot was actually used for that 3D glasses I was mentioning with the virtual reality thing. They actually did 3D, where you could plug the thing in, and it would actually simmer your eyes, and you had that 8-bit dim. You're like, holy, this is cool. And luckily, it still works. Although getting one is confined, and I can swap.
It's a click.
And
But anyway, it's an 8-bit Sega system. Look it up. It's pretty.
One game I actually played. I swear. I don't often swear all the time. The NES. Excite Bike.
Honestly, that arcade cabinet. Back up a little bit. Your first introduction to arcade cabinet. Mine was two things. I think the first time I went arcade cabinet was at almost everybody's introduction to movie theater. They had those arcade. The more older one out of place in Salt Lake called Nickel Cave.
I remember those.
Yeah, Nickel Arcade. You've been to it.
Yeah.
She's grown up, bro. All the other kids out there go to an arcade.
Stop going online.
We went up north for a band trip, but while we were there, we went to
That's pretty.
Alright.
Anyway.
And your first arcade cabinet
was at $12 either. The graphics.
How did they get on that platform?
There's something called a metal button. It keeps on orders. Thanks guys. I hope you had fun. Now I'm gonna go grab my bucket.
Alright, Andrew. The arcade cabinet.
Okay, well. Wow. Okay. So if you're really gonna tell about arcade games, Sega Master's first console. I remembered mine. I know. I'm trying to think of memory. I actually had an uncle that had his own legit cabinet in his basement. He had Golden Axe, and Bump and Jump.
Whoa, no way.
Yes.
That's another one.
Golden Axe.
Yeah, that person's okay. I don't like the controls.
That's good.
No, not touchscreen. Like 8 Drexel button, and 8 or whatever.
Oh, you can use an actual controller?
No. It was like thing in an input.
I know, but that's what I mean.
It wasn't a touch.
Yeah. Hey, are we going to you're mentioning the arcade cabinets? Theater? Or was it nickel cake?
Do you know?
I thought it was nickel cake. How's going?
I remember you guys went there for, but I don't think I'm in the
You went in with us one. I don't remember
what game you played?
I don't think she was into the arcade cabinet. She mostly went ball and
Hey, what does? I mean, I could understand the people getting in arcade.
Hey, no, your person to an arcade cabinet.
I can't even remember if it was like the dollar theater or PS Fun because I believe that one did have some of those.
They did.
They got rid of them. Exactly. That's what I mean. There's selection.
More of the newer gamblier ones.
That's why I was like, get your act together, guys. Please, give me more arcade.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Like I said, I can't remember if it was which one of those it was. Because I know yes, if you have some arcade. There was the movie theaters, which
arcade gaming.
Tara.
like I said, it's been so long. I can't remember so long.
Well, Chester, what about you? First arcade game cabinet game. It could even be as most recent as just last night.
Well, I think I did actually.
You did kick my butt in that.
Oh yeah.
I did.
Dollar theater. First arcade cabinet game.
I already told you Golden Jump, but again, oh shoot. I already brought up the first arcade. It was Golden Axe. The reason is because my blessed uncle, he was an arcade.
Where did you play it?
In his basement.
Oh, okay.
His basement.
Wow.
Not only that, but if I modified the coin there, and all we had to do was the door, press the credit button.
I did get yours with that.
Yeah.
My first arcade game I played was Battletoads.
Oh God.
I just hope
Okay, so I think my first they were, you know how the arcade had the gun?
Yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't really game.
No,
like you had the
Are you sitting down or are we standing up?
Oh, stop.
What?
It was time crisis, but we could not figure out how to play it. Couldn't get our guys out.
Reload.
It was that version of Golden Axe that I played.
I feel
Anyway.
I'm moving. Oh wait, moving this like this.
Kestra?
It was at the Zelda theater.
Dollar Theater did have them, but they didn't have it. They had most of the racing games made on theater.
Yeah, I love the Dollar Theater.
But in closing, I'm glad they're bringing back the arcade cabinet. VR is still like it, but so many problems with
And the
it. Yeah.
I'll agree with Scott. I believe was the way they had the wires. Yeah, just the cord.
Angel's
I'm sure.
I was this way. And every time we went to slice forward, what I had, every once in a while, I mean, the core. I hit it so hard. I thought
See, my head was big. Measurements. I don't.
She's probably
Oh, that okay. What you're supposed to do with the lottery ticket is have the person purchase it.
I know. I'm not saying that you're. I'm just saying whoever designed the game had the tickets backwards. Supposed to. It's like okay, here you go. Ticket. All right, here you go. Change.
Good luck.
No. What the VR says literally is. You take the card, and supposedly she froze money, right? So the VR, I don't know if the VR was supposed to ask you to point to and then give it, but if what Kaz was saying, she scratched the coin on the ticket and said, here you go, thanks for your money.
Threw it in his face. I didn't.
So that's what I mean. It's like whoever did that. Backwards. That's like saying if we're trying to do a horse race. Okay, then the race already
Anyway, we're gonna go guys here again. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Please, if you really like this, like it. If you don't, okay? I'm not gonna stop you. If you want to subscribe, even better content. Also go to her channel, K-Lover, for more stuff. She actually posted a VR video.
Like I said, I don't have
Fall 76 is coming out this next month. Me and Kite will be playing and doing recording. Can't do it live. My setup.
Welcome to DSL, man. Back in the year 2000.
Anyway,
that is probably when I officially started on my channel. If not, when I officially started is when I
and follow us. Your official start next year for Kingdom Hearts, but Fall 76 first time ever record his viewpoint. I really wish we could set it up to go on my channel. Have both views. If you guys know how to do that, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see your comments. All my viewers are great. 30 of you. I think. Look that up right now.
I actually did
stop
something.
we're gonna have
Yeah.
I actually follow that on Facebook. You know that Thanksgiving video? I really do and my view. If you watch it, it goes to my
So I have four subscribers now. Thank you all for subscribing. I'm your host, Secret Redstone. This is the Redstone crew. Our Redstone deal. I'm Scott. That's
Validate. It's Maki.
That's right.
Just call me Andy.
And we have random people. And you guys all have a wonderful Halloween, everyone. Be safe out there, have fun, and dress for heaven's sakes, dress up.
It doesn't matter how old you are. It's fun.
And everyone calls about I got a job. I can't dress up.
I'll be tired by it. That's like
Anyway, thank you for watching the Spar. You guys have a good Halloween, and goodbye.
I don't want to